What's up, everybody? Back
Good.
again, talking some ball. Happy Friday. We got me and my brother Yash here today, going over some rankings. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Um, I'm waiting for a call back from Costco for employment. Aside from that, we're doing good.
Hell yeah. Um, yeah, it's a good Friday, man. I'm ready to talk some football. I'm excited for some of these matchups over the weekend. Excited to talk about these rankings. I surprisingly had some pretty big movers. What's good, ATL?
That was
Good to
good,
see you,
Atlanta.
dog. Um,
You want to talk about last night's game first?
yeah, let's talk about last night's game. So let me pull up box score
Because
from that one because we hit a lot of things nail on the head, I think. Let me just pull up the box score. Texans win this one 23-19. We didn't call the outright upset, but we both said that this game we like the
felt
Texans.
trappy.
Yeah, we like the Texans more than the books did. That 6.5 point spread seemed like way too much. And the Texans easily covered that and ultimately won outright. How they got there, their defense just balled out. Josh Allen had no time all day. His receivers were creating no separation. Khalil Shakir finishes with 8 for 110, but that's like the most fraudulent 100-yard performance I think I've ever seen. um, he gains half his yards on a hook and ladder play at the end of the game. Pretty fluky stuff there. Ty Johnson, other than behind Shakir, leads the team in receiving, and then no other wide receivers did anything. Feel like we were right about that. We like Ty Johnson and James Cook's receiving stuff. They combined for 5 receptions. I told you guys I didn't like any other Bills wide receiver in this one, and they all went over under their projected marks besides Shakir. Texans side of thing, Dalton Schultz is a notable kind of bummer performance. We felt pretty good about him. I think that probably the only thing we really missed in this one is we felt okay about Schultz, but he didn't do too much. That's 2 straight games now where tight ends have really not done anything against this Bills team, so that might be something we need to navigate moving forward. That's K. Dalton now and Dalton Schultz both underperforming last 2 matchups against them. Jaden Higgins, on the other hand, pretty encouraging performance from him. What do you think about his game last night? Or 9 targets, which I believe is career high for him.
Who? Jaden Higgins?
Yeah.
I liked the way they were using him, especially in the red zone. Like, I don't know if you saw when he got his touchdown, but they had thrown like this same exact route to him like 2 times. Just a little back
Yeah.
shoulder user, big ab body type stuff. So that's pretty encouraging to see. In terms, is Nico Collins like out? Like, I know he got like taken
Yeah.
out, but
I don't believe he came back into this one, so a little worried about that injury for Nico.
I think Jaden Higgins is like a very fair player to just plug and play for Nico Collins. I feel like that's in part like when they drafted him, I was a little confused because like another 6'4" big guy, right? But I
Mhm.
mean, it's working out for him. I mean, he's shining, and I think it's malpractice how they're using Jalen Noel. I
He
think
did return, by the way. Just
you can talk more about that than me, the Jalen Noel stuff, but I liked how they were using Jaden Higgins.
mhm.
I think it was encouraging stuff, especially if you own him. I'm pretty sure he's only like 20 to 30% rostered in ESPN leagues. Pretty
Yeah.
nice pickup.
Yeah, he was getting used a lot. He did have one play that where he had a big gain on the sideline, but just wasn't able to get his feet down. So left a
Oh,
couple yards on the table there. But other than that, he was getting just throwing the ball a lot. There was another play too where him and Davis Mills just weren't on the same page. Mills kind of expected Higgins to keep running upfield, and Higgins kind of slowed down out of the route despite his corner falling. And it was just that would have been a big play kind of left on the table there. So definitely some yards left on the table in this one, but usage is super encouraging. Jalen Noel, on the other hand, I'm super frustrated as a Jalen Noel believer. I guess Christian Kirk like had a good day, 5 for 54 and a touchdown. Like on paper looks pretty good. But honestly, if you're watching this game, it didn't feel like it was anything particularly special.
Mhm.
And I just feel like Jalen Noel is a much more explosive player than him. I feel like the Texans are kind of wasting him, but he's probably going to be more of a next year play. Woody Marks relatively disappointing in this soft spot. Only,
I thought he looked good, dude. I was
yeah,
watching the game. He looked really good.
he looked good. Like on terms of real life, 16 carries, 74 yards, 4.5 per carry. I think the reason he didn't get there for fantasy is obviously only the one reception that went for -5 yards and then no touchdown, obviously. But in real life, he did look good. He was getting used in short yardage situations and looked pretty good. Like for being a small back, he looked pretty strong. He was
Like
running
falling
hard.
forward.
Hmm. But he hasn't been able to get there in the red zone. I think that's also kind of an offensive line thing that the Texans have had all year, where when they like get down to the goal line, they just can't block in the run game,
I mean,
and
did
have
you
to
see
settle
the
for a
stat
lot
they
of
kept
field
on
goals.
bringing up during the game? The lowest red zone conversion rate in the league, or
Mhm.
second worst, is the Texans. Like that
Yeah,
doesn't fare well for running backs. So
yeah, it adds up. Yeah, and he, as Frosty said in the chat, hasn't been catching passes. Yeah, that's the worry with him right
what's good,
now.
Mando?
I still feel pretty good about Mark's rest of the season. We'll get to him in the rankings. I actually don't know if I think I need to add him in the rankings. But I think that's a good segue to just get right on into our rankings. We're moving some stuff around. So I think this is Yosh's first look at my rankings too now.
Hmm.
Um,
Would you
for,
uh would you play Pittman over Jalen Warren if Jalen Warren's playing? Because that's Frosty's question. Let's answer all these before we move on. Always feel bad.
yes, I would play Jalen Warren over Pittman this week.
Then what's good, Mando? Yeah, the Chubb usage was kind of weird, Atlanta. It was like kind of there, but like negligible at the same time. Did you end up taking that 9.5 yards?
Yeah, that hit for us. We just got sold by the Josh Allen rush yards. He finished 5 yards short.
Dude, how many
Annoying.
times did he get sacked? Like 5 times,
8
damn
sacks.
near.
8
Yeah,
sacks.
like, dude, I was watching it as a Josh Allen owner, and I was like, dude, like, what am I watching? Like, get this man some help. Get Josh Allen help, bro. Where like go pick up Brandon Cooks, dude. Like, I don't care. Like, get this man some help.
I don't think Brandon Cooks is gonna do much
He's
in
not
this day and age,
he's not
but
the answer.
I do wanna add on to that, before we get too deep in the running back rankings, this is just a side tangent about the Bills and what they're doing as a franchise. I feel like, they've just gone so bailed out by Josh Allen these last couple years, like, he's just really masked up this kind of organizational malpractice that has been going on the last couple years. They bring in Stephon Diggs, right? They give Josh Allen his wide receiver one, and then somehow that situation gets botched, and they have no real plan to replace him. They draft Keon Coleman, who's been a healthy scratch the last 2 weeks.
Don't forget
Clearly,
Kincaid.
clearly not doing anything wrong. Kincaid, your best pass catcher right now, can't stay on the field because he gets hurt all the time. Um, and you don't want your tight end to be your number one receiver unless they're a Trey McBride. Like Dalton Kincaid's a good player, but he's not a Trey McBride. Um, and then you look at their defense, and their defense has just steadily been going down these last couple years. They can't stop the run. They can't get off the field. They just lost to the Texans and Davis Mills, dude. Um, I
Rough
Josh Allen
outing.
can only play superhero so often, and I just feel like the Bills not giving him any weapons, not improving the defense is just it's really what's gonna be the difference in this team winning a Super Bowl in Josh Allen's prime or continuing to just make it to the AFC Championship and lose every year, in my opinion. Like, I don't know. It just feels like the Sean McDermott era, like this current iteration of the Bills, like something needs to change.
And it's like we're really taking Keon Coleman out as a healthy scratch for disciplinary issues, aka being late to meetings, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, to quote Josh Allen, bro, I don't know if you guys saw it on 4th and 1 when they handed it off to James Cook and he just got swarmed in the backfield, bro. And then Josh Allen goes to the sideline to Mitch Trubisky. And he's just like, what are we doing? Like, I feel you, Josh Allen. What the hell are we doing?
Yeah, that was an awful play call. I was pretty frustrated at that live. I just don't understand how you don't put Josh Allen, put the ball in his hands in that situation.
I mean, you saw him on the first 4th and 1, bro. By the way, on that first 4th and 1 they had on their like own 30, that was like insane, dude. Seeing Josh Allen just fly over the line, like, oh my god, it was beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my Bills rant. Just I get frustrated by them as
Me
a
too.
as a Raiders fan who just preys on the Chiefs' downfall. Like not seeing the Bills just continually like get stuck on this hump is like super frustrating. All right, let's get into running backs. So I was going through this and definitely adjusted some things, particularly in this like low end running back 1 to mid RB2/low RB2 range. So everything at the top 5 stays the same. We got CMC, JT in a tier of their own, and then we got Gibbs, A-Chain, Bijan. I was looking through points per game when I was going through my rankings and seeing like how this is kind of playing out, and this adds up, right? We got Jonathan Taylor, 27 points a game, CMC, 25 points a game. They're in a tier of their own. And then we got A-Chain with 21, Bijan with 21, and Jahmyr Gibbs with 20. So I think that's a pretty fitting range to have these three. Bijan could be at the top of this. Gibbs could be at the bottom. A-Chain could be at the top. Like, I think those three are pretty interchangeable for me. Just kind of got to play the matchup game with them. And then B tier, we got James Cook, Javonte, Saquon, and Josh Jacobs. And I actually moved Josh Jacobs down a little bit. That's my biggest move here. And the reason I did that is obviously like he's dealing with the injury now. He's kind of been dealing with injuries all season, and it does seem like he will be playing through this one. But I just think that means we're going to see a little bit more of a workload for Wilson, a little bit more of a split, just playing it safely. Obviously, the Packers have aspirations of making the playoffs and moving forward in those playoffs, so they want to keep their guys healthy. I think we're going to see more of a role for Wilson, and also looking at the Packers running back schedule, it's really tough rest of the season. They have the 29th toughest running back schedule from here on out. So that's why I'm moving Jacobs down.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it, but Saquon and B just I don't remember the last time I got something good out of Saquon, and Javonte is just running touchdown cold, so I like keeping him there. But
The reason I have Saquon still there is because his rest of season schedule is like nutty for running backs. He's got Dallas this next week, then he's got Chicago, Chargers, Raiders, Washington, and the Bills. Which is crazy that the Cowboys and the Raiders are probably the toughest two matchups he has rest of the season.
crazy, yeah, he should smash and playoffs.
So I think Saquon will smash rest of the season. I feel pretty good about him. ATL, yeah, Hunt is probably like bottom of F right now. I don't know if I have his. I don't know if he's on here, but he would be bottom of F. I think like maybe right ahead of Tyler Algier right now.
Just put like Isaiah Pacheco or like Rashard Smith there for now as like a placeholder.
Yeah, I'll put Rashard Smith, but that means Kareem Hunt, guys. Actually, I'll do Pacheco. Pacheco got ruled out again this week, by the way. Other running backs. Well, first of all, anything you notice of these guys, Josh, that you think is interesting or anything you disagree with? I moved Travion Henderson way up. I moved Chase Brown up a lot.
I would say I would swap Hendo and Chase Brown. As much as I had a negative take on Chase Brown last week in terms of his receiving usage not being sustainable,
Mhm.
I mean, Bengals got one of the lightest running back schedules the rest of the season. They also have Joe Burrow coming back. Chase Brown is still playing good football. Chase Brown showed us last year he can play good football. I like Chase Brown. I think I would rather have him over maybe even Derrick Henry right now. I think he could be a C tier guy.
Yeah, I was thinking about Chase Brown C tier. Um, I moved him to the top of D, and the reason I did that is, like you said, easy running back schedule rest of the season. He's got the fourth best running back schedule, and then he's got the Ravens, Miami, and Arizona throughout the fantasy playoffs, which are Ravens aren't the best matchup as of right now, and Dolphins have been a little better, but it's still not a matchup I'm necessarily afraid of. And then the Cardinals have been bad versus running backs. And he's just been trending up usage wise, too. He's got 15 or more touches the last 3 games, 19 receptions in the last four, which
Mhm.
is just insane for a running back. And then we also know that Joe Burrow is going to be returning. We know the defense is bad. They're going to be in a lot of positive game scripts, high scoring game environments. And talking about this Bengals like offense too, if you guys remember now, Chase Brown was absolutely smashing down the stretch of last fantasy season, right? We look at what he was doing at the end of last season, and let me just read off some of these performances to you.
Insane.
In fantasy championships, sorry, trying to go to 2024 right now. Yeah.
Whoa, we got a viewer from Russia apparently. That gotta be fake, bro. What?
What up from America? But yeah, talking about Chase Brown, down the stretch last season, he went for these are his last games in PPR fantasy points. Week 17, 13 points. Week 16, 13.9. Week 15, 26.3. Week 14, 24.3. 13, 19 points. 19 points, 23 points, 26 points. That's after week 9, over 15 points in all but 2 games and over 20 points in 4 of those. I don't see why he can't do something reminiscent of that down the stretch with this really solid running back schedule rest of the season. I'm bullish on Chase Brown from here on out. But I'm also bullish on Travion Henderson. You talked about him a little bit, but he has the best running back schedule from here on out. Week 15, they have the Bills. They got the Ravens week 16, and then just the dreamy matchup in the fantasy championships. Week 17, he gets the Jets, who we just saw him go nuclear against. And he's had 15 or more touches each of the last 3 weeks. Even with Ramondre coming back, I'm still anticipating anywhere from, say, 12, 15 touches a game for Hendo. And I think with his profile, his explosive run rate, his pass catching profile, he can still be productive in that workload. Um, I don't know. Maybe I need to evaluate him or Chase Brown. I think I can see an argument for either there. Maybe the answer is just to move Chase Brown up to C.
I think that is the answer. And
I could
honestly, Andrew,
I
I
could also
disagree with Derrick Henry low key washed. Maybe if you're looking at only the first 5 weeks of the season, look at weeks 6 through 10. Look at the matchups. Look at the performance. I mean, just straight up, look at how you did versus the Browns week 2 versus week 10. Like, I think it really is just the team just coming together. Defense is healthy. Lamar's healthy. What are you like? What's to hate about Derrick Henry? He's averaging like 16 a game.
since their bye week, he's running back 14 in points per game, averaging 16.
Damn, I'm so tapped in. But
Mhm.
I just disagree with that, Andrew. I don't think he's low key washed. Like he's low key old. And honestly, Bucky might be dead, bro. I don't know what's going on with Bucky. Is he playing this week?
No, so Bucky got ruled out for this week. Todd Bowles said next week is the targeted return line, which is the first time we've got him to officially give us anticipated debut day. So that is good news. Apparently he had some mental health stuff going on. That's the latest report I saw. So that might kind of explain why he's been away so long and why it's kind of been relatively like underreported on. That's kind of rumors have been coming out. So hope Bucky's all good. Obviously sucks if you've been holding him on your fantasy team, expect him back. But looks like next week is going to be that return day. In the meanwhile, Sean Tucker, I don't have him ranked on here, but where do you think Sean Tucker would fit into this mix?
I think Sean Tucker would go right in D, honestly. Maybe E, but I feel like he's more of a D tier guy, especially after seeing that explosion game. You would assume he gets more of a workload compared to Rashad White. Probably just have Rashad White as like a receiving down back. Like maybe D is a little too cute. Maybe E is a little more reasonable.
Yeah, I think like
But
bottom of E is more where like the max I could put him, to be honest.
but I don't know. I like Sean Tucker. I think he's a great player. I don't think he should have gone undrafted. That was clearly just a overreaction to his health issues coming out of the combine.
Yeah.
But
Rico Dowdle right behind Kyron Williams. Kyron actually sneaky, like having a really good season. He got there against Seattle. That was a good call out by you. But he's running back 8 in points per game, averaging 16 points per game. Only 9 running backs this year averaging over 15. So that is good to see from Kyron. And then let me see who else is notable from this list. Travis Etienne, I slid down a little bit just because of how good Tootin looked. I'm scared that Tootin is going to start taking a little bit more of a workload from him. Kenneth Walker, I slid up. Coming off his he's coming off his season high of 19 touches. If you listen to some coach speak around Kenneth Walker in one of their press conferences, Mike McDonald, the head coach, was saying that Walker has earned some more opportunities. And seeing him have his best game of the year against the great defense that we know is the Rams, certainly encouraging for Walker. Has a really nice spot this week against the Tennessee Titans. So hopefully we see the big Walker blow up game that we've kind of been waiting for this weekend. It would be the spot to do so, I think. So I'm feeling a little bit better about Walker rest of season. I still don't feel great, but he's slowly starting to move up, and I can see him creeping his way into E tier, maybe even D tier if he finishes the rest of the season strong. We know the talent's there, obviously, with Walker.
You just need to see the workload, bro. And just it's so annoying having like Tyler Algier and Zach Charbonnet. Like it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
BTJ ruled out, by the way.
Is your dog snoring next to the computer?
Can you hear? Can you actually hear my dog snoring, dude? I'll move him.
Like,
yo,
what's that noise?
yeah, Mojo gets a little loud. Sorry, guys. He's a good pup, I swear. Screw him. He be selling the parlays. Andrew, what parlays are you taking that Derrick Henry is selling you in, bro? Besides like his receiving yards, like I don't know.
Alex, what's up, man? He asked if Jacobs out, Emmanuel Wilson or ETN. If Jacobs is out, Emmanuel Wilson, but it seems like Jacobs is going to be playing. I think I would roll ETN still against the Cardinals.
Scoring a touchdown. Yeah, that kind of sucks, Andrew, but that should change. I mean, who are they going to give touchdowns to on the Ravens? Like Zay Flowers. It's just honestly going to be Lamar, Andrews, Henry. I feel like.
Yeah. Anyone else you want to discuss here before we get to wide receivers?
Let me look in the depths. Not moving RJ Harvey out of F until you see more, or what? You're not going to project it out.
Yeah, I need to see it. Sean Payton. I hate Sean Payton, dude. He's a fantasy football terrorist.
Reasonable. And you didn't move Tyrone Tracy Jr. after his good week?
Oh, yeah, maybe I can move Tracy up a bit. That might be a good shout. He can go to top of ass.
I think he's a better play than Kareem Hunt.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe he can go here. There you go. Just for you.
There we go. Apparently, Kenneth Walker just popped up on the injury report.
Sick.
Dude, I'm so over just like the Seahawks backfield, man. Like those are players you just want to like sell. Like they could start on your team, but they're not gonna win you a league, really, in my opinion. Like they'll give you points. They're just not gonna be someone you love. Big
Kenneth
Laughlin
Walker
didn't go
glute was added to the injury report and is
Bruh,
questionable.
what is this freaky frog doing where he got a glute sprain?
Bruh.
Bring back Mac Jones to the Jags, man. Honestly, Frosty, there's like so much quarterback stuff. Side note that just is like, I bet so many teams are just kicking themselves, honestly, over like these quarterback like carousel that just like, why do the Niners always have a good QB too? Like, why do they always just have a dog there? I really am interested to see this offseason what happens with quarterbacks, especially considering the weak quarterback class, right?
If Walker's out and Charbonnet is presumably taking those running back 1 touches, how high are we on Charbonnet against the Titans this week?
Against the Titans. Were we just high on against the Titans and they didn't perform well? Was that
Marks.
Woody?
Yeah.
I don't think Zach Charbonnet is a better running back than Woody Marks.
Yeah, I think the Seattle offensive line's a lot better, and offense overall is a lot better, though.
I think he might be a slightly better play than Tyrone Tracy Jr., or I think he's like an F tier guy. I don't think I move him anywhere into E.
For the week?
For the week.
I don't know. I think that'd be too low.
You think?
Yeah, okay. That's what I'm saying, Frosty. I think Charbonnet would do very well if he goes into this week as the running back 1.
And I can't see him getting 20 points.
In games
I can't see him getting 15.
Walker last year, he smashed.
He hasn't been efficient this year, though, on his touches he's been getting.
Because he's been getting, like, short yardage goal line work. You look at his rush yards prop right now is at 45.5. That might be something we need to play if Walker's hurt. His rush touchdown is also plus money, which that might be the better way to play it, to be honest. I don't know if he has a fantasy score line, but
he has a comparable defense.
Last year in games without Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet scored in 4 of the 6 games without Kenneth Walker.
I mean, he'll probably get a score. I don't know. Maybe E, but I wouldn't. I'm not too high on it.
He'll get some passing work too, dude. Like, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be drafting Kenneth Walker in some underdog weekly drafts, and then just set Charbonnet to be like the immediate substitute if he gets ruled out. Yeah, Hunt always has better odds than he should. The sports books, like, I feel like are a little slow on that Kareem Hunt touchdown props. Beginning of the season, we were getting him like plus 300. It was insane. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Frosty. All right, let's get to wide receivers. All right, first glance, anything that pops out to you right off rip. Let me know in the chat if you guys see anything that looks wrong. Clown
Diggs.
me. Let me know I'm a genius. You name it.
I think Diggs should be in D tier. I'm high on Diggs. I'm high on the Patriots offense, and he's the one player who has a consistent role, I feel like. A carved out role.
Does he though?
I think so.
I mean, guess
he's the clear favorite target for Drake May.
Yeah, and he is wide receiver 24 on the season, 13 in points per game. Or averaging 13 points per game. I can move him to the bottom.
Would you really rather have AJ Brown over Stephon Diggs? Like, I don't think so. For me, at least.
Yeah, AJ Brown averaging 11. Yeah, you're probably right with this one. Maybe I'm a little too low on Diggs. AJ Brown, probably I'd still rather have than Zay. Teteroa or Diggs rest of the season.
If you asked me this 4 weeks ago, I'd say Diggs, but right now I might be Tet. I really think he's getting that, late half of his first year, growth,
That
breakout
rookie
even.
rookie bump.
Yeah. I think he's finally living up to where you drafted him probably, like 4th, 5th round.
Mhm.
I think he's a solid play. I mean, he's the X in that offense. Bryce Young's playing good football, mostly, kind of, not really. Depends on which game you look at.
Played great last week.
Yeah, depends on the game you look at. But there's worse quarterbacks starting. Let's put it that way. So I like Tet now. He's a solid play.
Yeah, I like Tet. He's moving up for me. I see some comments about London. You guys are a little worried about what it's gonna look like now that Kirk's back. Honestly, I feel like Kirk coming back doesn't really change much with London for me. At least as of right now, it's not like Penix was playing like crazy good football. I'm more kind of wait and see with him. And honestly, if you're looking at like what he's done on the season to this point, on terms of like points per game, he's actually closer to the S tier guys than he is to the A tier guys. Especially these last couple weeks, since wide receiver or since week 6, he's the wide receiver 1 overall. And just been trending up really these last couple weeks. Sucks now he's dealing with injury, so that's kind of why I couldn't include him in S. And I actually moved CeeDee Lamb behind him. Dropped CeeDee Lamb out of S tier. I don't know if you caught that, Yosh.
I did. I'm looking at it right now. You ranked him right next to Pickens. That's a
Yep.
very hot take, but it's one I agree with. I was gonna bring it up last week, low key, but then I thought it was too hot last week. I'm like, nah. I'm like, nah, he's heating up. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you get when you're the receiver 1 and you're drawing that good corner. And George Pickens is a great receiver.
Yeah.
Dak's getting that connection built up more and more every week. Um, I mean, you saw it after the catchability too with Pickens, man. Like, he's a
Yeah.
great player.
Yeah.
And
He's
I
a
think
little
he's
watch.
so great that he's bringing down CD Lamb in terms of just like the fact that Dak doesn't have to go to CD every play.
Yeah. I will say, CD, the reason I still have so Pickens is ahead of CeeDee Lamb in most statistical categories as of right now. He's higher in points per game, he's higher in overall fantasy points, and he's higher in most statistics.
He's like the
But
receiver 2 on receiving this year, isn't he?
yeah, on terms of fantasy points per game, he is the number wide receiver 6 in points per game, averaging 19 points on the year. But I will say this, in games where both him and CeeDee Lamb have both played, CeeDee Lamb has outperformed him in 1, 2, 3, 4 of those 6 games. So we're still seeing Lamb for the most part control that wide receiver room. Pickens outperformed him this last week against the Raiders. I think that was honestly more of just like a matchup thing. And then he also outperformed him in week. I take it back. The only week he outperformed CeeDee Lamb was this week, actually. Other than that, CeeDee's outperformed him in every week where they've both been on the field, which is just something to keep in mind on. Yeah. Frosty, you said it better than I could. I think, and we kind of were early to this, but the big loser in this Cowboys offense has been Jake Ferguson for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's just really lost targets. And now he's kind of losing steam in the tight end world. Yeah, we'll get to tight ends in a bit, but that's why I did that. I still think they're both A tier guys. I kind of have them 1A, 1B. Both capable of just massive ceiling weeks. I think that's why they are where they are. I slid T Higgins up a good bit. This B tier is where I think I really shook things up the most. I moved T Higgins up The reason for that is that since week 6, he's wide receiver 6 in points per game, averaging 18 a game. Obviously, we know we're getting Joe Burrow back. We can expect that offense to take a bit of a step. We know the defense is bad, obviously. Great game scripts. And looking at his playoff schedule, he has a nice set of games. He's got the Ravens week 15, Miami week 16, and then he's got the Cardinals in week 17. What are your thoughts on T rest of the season?
I like him, honestly. I think B tier is, I mean, that's where most people assumed he would be preseason, I think. And I think he's finally just showing that. He's a boom bust guy, always in my eyes. I always have a hard time looking at his floor as a high floor. But in fantasy, you do shoot for upside, so it makes sense for him to be in this tier. I think he does stand out in this tier though, as like the most boom busty guy. Compared to Nico, Abuka, and Waddle, I just feel like they all have more secure floors, which is kind of what I look for in players this high, like in your, what is this, top 12. So, I mean, for me, he'd probably be bottom of B, but I mean, that's just like small nitpicking stuff.
I mean, it doesn't match the production though. Like you say, he feels boom bust, but like when you look at this season, like since week 6, he's outproduced all those guys. He's averaging more points per game than Nico Collins.
Is that when they got Joe Flacco? Week 6, or was it sooner?
I think it was week 6. Yeah, I think week 6 was the first.
So he's got a 10-point floor. Better floor than JJ. That's what I'm going to be interested to look into in a moment. But I'm waiting for another down week from Rashid. Then we can move him down to A. You know, I'm always praying on Rashid's downfall.
Yeah, his points per game, he's still averaging 19 points per game on the year. He fits in the S tier for now, but I also was thinking about moving him down a bit. But I think bottom of S is okay for him right now. Justin Jefferson did slide a little down after another down week, but he's still Justin Jefferson, still has a massive ceiling every week, averaging 14 a game. You still have to start him every week. And then Olave has been moving up for me just continually throughout the process. Yash was early to it, but he's been great. Quietly, wide receiver 8 in points per game since that week 6 threshold. In the only game so far without Shaheed, we saw him go for 21 PPR points. We know that the Saints are not a good team, obviously, and are going to be playing from behind in most spots. So this leads to relatively mostly positive game scripts for Olave. And he's got a solid fantasy playoff schedule facing the Panthers, the Jets, and the Titans those 3 weeks.
Those 2 weeks trading Genty for Kyron, celebrating the win. Good stuff, Connor. Good stuff.
W. Yeah, we were hating. We were hating on moving off Genty, but I think that was a good move for you to make, Connor. W trade.
Who are your guys' top 5 picks in redraft year? Jamar, JSN, JT, Bijan, Ajan. I don't know if I
that's
put
interesting
Bijan
for
in
us.
my top 5.
I think CMC needs to be in the conversation still too, as long as the assumption is he's back with the Niners. I think you got to go JT 101, right? We do know how hard it is for running backs to repeat RB1 seasons. But I think like just after what JT's shown you, he's got to be the 101 next year. I would still play Jamar Chase 102, probably JSN 103. And then A-Chain, I need to see if McDonald's back. McDaniel, yeah. If he's not back, then it could be a question mark with A-Chain.
Would you rather have Puka over Bijan next year? That's where I'm at. I'm not liking the Puka disrespect.
Probably not if Devontae Adams is back, because Puka's just not getting the touchdowns.
Yeah, but Puka's been injured. I mean, dealing with injuries this season, he's still receiver 4. Mojo, you are such a sleepyhead.
That also is Puka, though. Like, he just, with his nature of play style, like, he does kind of just tend to deal with injuries.
Yeah,
Like
physical guy.
it's come to be something we expect with Puka. Like he's going to be on the injury report throughout the season.
Sports books have Jacoby Myers decently favorable for a touchdown this week. Do you have Jacoby on here?
Yeah, he's F tier.
Did you move anyone from your F tier, or did you just kind of leave it?
I left this. I didn't touch it. This is the Shadow Realm.
Matthew Golden, I think, deserves to stay there until we see not even him do something. We just need to see the coaching staff let him play more.
Jerry Judy, I guess, can get added to the Shadow Realm. Maybe he's like here.
Andrew sent me another, cherry picked stat of like separation, and Matthew Golden is like top 10 in separation apparently this year, but he's only playing 30% of snaps, right? Fun
Small
story.
sample size.
Rookie year of JSN, he only played what I think 60% of snaps. And I had traded Anthony for JSN, and my mastermind analysis for JSN was I loaded up an Excel sheet and I just adjusted all of his yards for if he played 100% of snaps, and it made him a 1,000-yard receiver. I was like, okay, bet. Like sometimes it really is that simple, right? If you see a player that's talented and in your opinion you just don't think they're getting the play time, like Matthew Golden, sometimes it's not a horrible dynasty buy or a underdog bet to make of just like, like let's just project that this guy plays more next year, you know? Obviously, probably not going to be the case this year, especially with Jaden Reed coming back. I would have hoped it would have been this year with how many injuries the Packers were dealing with. But Matthew Golden, someone to always keep an eye on. Interesting talent. But I think you can take Jacoby Myers out of this tier and same with Khalil Shakir. Where do you have Wandale on here either?
No.
All my boys.
But Wandale would be in this mix. I just don't have his
All my
name on this.
PPR scam boys.
Jaden Higgins. Can we put him on this radar?
You can put him on the radar. Where is do they have Malik Neighbors on here? You can just put Malik Neighbors as Wandale's placeholder.
Okay. He'd probably be like right ahead of Josh Downs. Right behind
because
I think I still have Jacoby here actually.
You need to see it more.
Yeah, and he's been getting targets. Yeah. And he had a touchdown called back first game with Jacksonville. Like eye test, he's looked good too.
Khalil Shakir looked good last game, bro. I don't know if you guys saw the clip I sent to the Discord with his little run after the catch for like 30 yards, bro. The two guys missing him, jukes out another guy. Gabe Davis muffs the block, dude. That low-key could have won them the game. Like, if Gabe Davis gets that block on that guy, bro, I think Khalil Shakir houses that for like 60 yards. But Khalil Shakir looks good, man. You know, he's got the dad strength, just gave birth to a kid, you know. He's a guy. Gave birth. Excellent analysis. But seriously though, like Khalil Shakir is like not a bad receiver. I think him and Wandale are very similar in how they play. I mean, it's always like a guy like that you like to put in your flex every week if you get him for cheap, you know?
Yeah. Mando asked if Worthy and QJ are holds.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to be able to sell them with what they could still give you, right?
You're not going to get the right value.
Did you see what Mahomes said about the offense?
No, what did he say?
He said how teams are playing like way more man coverage versus them than years past, and they haven't been able to hit on their deep shots, and that's why. And so they need to focus on hitting those deep shots, basically.
I heard a take this
true.
weekend.
He has missed a lot of downfield passes this year in the last couple years, to be honest.
You can really just tell like him being like elite in that category versus being above average in that category really does affect this team a lot. An interesting take I heard this weekend from one of my favorite fantasy shows was that they were talking about how Tyquan Thornton low-key looking better than Xavier Worthy. I was all for it. I was all for that propaganda, dude. I was like, damn, I might have to look into that as someone who owns Tyquan Thornton in 2 leagues, right? Like, It's like
Interesting.
stuff like that that's always interesting to look at. Because seriously, what is the difference between Taekwon Thornton and Xavier Worthy? Xavier Worthy runs a little faster.
Yeah, I mean, and every time they've needed a big play from Taekwon, he's delivered this year, and you can't really say the same about Worthy.
Taekwon was eaten when he had the opportunities, man. Like he's a second round pick. End of the day, like Xavier Worthy is basically a second round pick. He was like what, the 32nd pick in the first round.
Mhm.
So I think stuff like that's always fun to monitor. I wouldn't get rid of QJ. I know he's given you 2 donuts. I'm pretty sure I started him both times he dropped a donut, but
Yeah, this you just kinda gotta forget about this last game if you're owning the Chargers. Like, that's just one
yeah,
of the ones you gotta burn the tape and move on to next week. Their offensive line was just so bad in that one. I do think, though, like, if the Chargers are playing a team with a good defensive line now, you need to be really careful about playing people on that team.
I'm looking at this feed here. I feel so weird having Sutton that low. Where do you put Troy Franklin on this list if you could? Do you want to load up a picture while we talk about it? Because I feel like he does earn a spot on this
He'd be
list, I
E.
think.
He'd be E. He'd
Next to
probably be
Sutton.
ahead of Juwan, ahead of Worthy, yeah.
Is interchangeable, just gotta pick who blows up every week.
Yeah.
Oh, people are loving the Packers talk right now. Let's go over this. People are really loving the Packers stuff. That's a very Christian Watson's old these days, huh? He's like turning 27 next year. Is he out of his rookie contract?
Christian Watson, like, that's a name we should talk about because he's looked really good since he's been back. Like, I kinda wrote him off, like, heading into this year and, like,
I
coming
did
off the
too.
injury, like, I've kind of faded him, like, I'm regretfully, like, was in on Ayuk post-injury and then was just, like, out on Christian Watson, and then Christian Watson's been the one who's come back and given us production right away, and then Ayuk is still not even sure if he's gonna be playing. So yeah, I'm excited about what Christian Watson's shown us, to be honest. He had a good game last week, really tough catch on that touchdown, and it was just a hell of a play he made on that. Um, I don't wanna forget too that Christian Watson was a pretty, like, highly thought of prospect too when he was coming in. Like, there was a point where people were talking about Christian Watson as, like, worth, like, a first round dynasty pick, which we're certainly not there, but, like, if you
He's
can
got
get
the
him
build,
for
bro.
like, I bought him for a third in one of my dynasty leagues, and, like, that feels pretty good. I bought him and, Parker
Parker.
Washington for a third, which, like, at the time was like, "Yeah, this doesn't feel great," but I feel like I could maybe get a second for Watson plus something else now. So that feels pretty good.
Do you think Jaden Reed will make a big impact in week 14? I could stash him on. My problem with that is I just don't like buying into players immediately coming off of injury and making an impact unless the team really played it slow, right? Like
I will say about Jaden Reed, though, the Packers, like, they're gonna need him. Like,
they need
without
him
Tucker
definitely.
Kraft, they need a yak guy. Um,
Hmm.
so I would say yes, but I do hear what you're saying, Josh. Like, it
I
is
wouldn't start him week 14, let's put it
yes.
that way. Good
Yeah.
stash for like 15, 16,
Uh
17, but week 14, if I need that one, I'm
yeah.
not starting him.
And he's pretty boom bust, just the nature of, like, how he's been up to this
It's
point,
like
but I
all the
could
Packers.
yeah.
No way
So
Atlanta would have traded for Taekwondo. What? Is that what? Atlanta, why would they do that for Darnell? You really hate Darnell like that? I think you also said Darnell biggest heartbreaker of this week. Yep.
yeah, Keenan would also he would probably fit in this E right next to Troy Franklin, ATL, to be honest. I just don't have his name on this. But I can
Do you know if
hold
Dubes
on.
or Watson are playing?
I'm gonna get this figured out real quick. I'm gonna get Keenan and Troy Franklin on here. Give me a minute.
CBS and Fantasy Footballers Podcast and Fantasy Pros all say that Romeo Dubes is playing week 12. Frosty. And then Watson, I would assume it's probably just like cautious, questionable, making him limited at practice. Let me check on that. I'm guessing the Packers just got done with practice. Yep. Watson also just got cleared. So yeah, there's your answer. Got you, Frosty. That said, just stash Darren Waller. Long shot, but he has a great playoff matchup. Honestly, long term, I like Greg Dulcich on the Dolphins. Um, I think he had a lot of hype when he was on the Broncos. And I mean, he's not playing horrible football right now. He's getting a large snap share too on the Dolphins. But I mean, if you have open IR slots, I'm a big believer in like you should see all of my leagues. I have like maxed out IR slots. I got a guy who's like questionable in my IR who I just keep there until I have to like pick up more players. Like I be getting scammy, bro. I pick up everyone. Like
All right. Any other wide receivers you want to talk through before we get to quarterbacks?
let me see.
Let me know in the chat, guys, any differences you guys see in these rankings. Anyone we're too low on, anyone you guys think we're too high on, anyone you think we nailed it right on the money. Appreciate y'all that are in here today. Make sure to drop a like, drop a sub, join the Discord if you haven't already. It is free to join. Always in there hanging out. Sent some prize pick slips for some NBA today in there already. We're gonna cash today. I'm feeling it.
Does the squeaky wheel stuff with AJ Brown worry you about Devonta Smith? Because it looks like they made a very concerned effort to get AJ Brown the ball last game, and also couple that with JMO. What is it going to take for him to rise up into C tier?
Oh yeah, so JMO, if he gives me another good week, I'm moving him to C. JMO's been smashing. He's another name.
Or are you staying off him? Like I feel like JMO is a lot of people are looking at JMO and they want to trade for him. I'm one of those people, right? Like literally last night I'm like, damn man, like who can I send like a little Q pack like a Rondé Gadsden and Alec Pierce? Does that get me JMO? Like that was like what I was looking at, because I'm buying into it, dude. Like he's a first round pick. He's I think he's the only first round pick like receiver or like skills player they've had besides Gibbs.
Let me name all these things JMO has going for him, right? He's outproduced Amon-Ra since week 6. He's over 15 points in 4 of his last 5 games. He is the 5th best wide receiver schedule rest of the season. Sam Laporta, just a report came out today that he's going to be out the rest of the year. He's the number 2 target getter now on one of the best offenses in football with a great wide receiver schedule rest of the season. Like, what is there to not like with JMO rest of the season? I know he wasn't giving us anything in the beginning of this season, and it really had us pessimistic on his outlook. But with everything that he's given us these last couple weeks, I think we need to reevaluate our stance. And I think he's very clearly top of D. And like I said, if with another good performance, I think I'll have to move him into C. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at with JMO. ATL, yeah, Mike Wilson is also an interesting name. Great spot for him to have another good week today, or another good week against Jacksonville. But yeah, I agree with you. Another good week.
The only abuse I do to my dog is I give him too many belly rubs, I swear. I just told Mojo to come here, and then I started petting him, and then he calmed down.
All right. You want to get to quarterbacks?
Did he answer Mando's question? Rome for Lad?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I think I need to slide Rome down. I think I thought I did that, but I think I do actually prefer Devontae and Lad to Rome rest of the season. I was looking into the numbers on Rome, and like his productions felt like more than it's actually been. Like he's only averaging 13 points per game this season. He's been a little more boom bust than we would hope. At the beginning of the season, he was running super touchdown hot, and that's really slowed down. I was watching a video breaking down like Caleb Williams in the red zone, where he's actually been like really struggling this season. And that's the big reason why the Bears are playing in so many close games. They're kicking so many field goals. It's because Caleb's been struggling once they get in the red zone to finish off drives, throw the ball into the end zone. If Caleb can kind of clean that up, I think the Bears offense is going to be a problem. I think next year I'm going to be all in on Bears guys in fantasy. I think I'm going to be drafting a bunch of them next year, but I think with how young that team is and Caleb first year in like new offense, still very much learning the ways of playing an NFL quarterback. Like I think the Bears offense is going to be really fun next year, but rest of the season this year, I think we need to lower the pass catchers a little bit. It also just feels like someone like the offense is weird because some weeks like there's just someone who's like clearly the focal point of the offense, but like someone's getting 0 catches and 0 yards. Like it's so weird. Like there's been weeks where Roma Dunze goose egg. There's been weeks where DJ Moore's goose egg. There's been weeks where Colson Loveland's done nothing, but they've all had boom weeks too. It's just such a weird offense to navigate for fantasy.
I did not know DJ Moore had a 4-year contract that he signed in 2024. That's wow. How do you feel about that?
So he has 3 more years under contract after this year, or 2 more?
I think it would. He signed it July 2024, so I think it goes through the
So he has
2027 season.
no, it would
So
be
two
2
more,
seasons.
two
2 more
seasons. Yeah,
seasons. Yeah. Yeah, it depends on how much they're paying him and how much dead money they would take on if they cut him.
110 mil over 4 years, 82.6 guaranteed.
Wow.
Yeah,
Give him that much
I
money.
I do not. I never realized it was that bad either, dude. And he's not doing like Panther stuff really.
Mhm. Any other wide receivers we should talk about before we get into quarterbacks?
What does it take for Brian Thomas Jr. to get out of D? Will he even play rest of the season? What are your thoughts on him? My
Yeah,
least favorite player.
I just kind of have him buried until we see him play.
Fair enough. Where what do you put Parker Washington on here?
At
Next to
top of
Jacoby.
F. Top of F.
Better than Jacoby.
Yeah.
There you guys go.
Right about with him. All right, let's get into quarterbacks. We're gonna rush through these. I do want to do some best ball drafts for the weekend, so I want to rip through quarterbacks and tight ends first. Finish off these rankings,
I don't think there's a
and
ton
then
of
we can
analysis for these, to be
continue
honest.
to answer questions. Yeah, only thing is I slid Herbert down with the offensive line concerns. I swapped out Joe Burrow with where we had Joe Flacco, and I slid Josh Allen to my quarterback 1. And I actually meant to move May to my quarterback 2 over Mahomes. Yeah, that's where I'm at with quarterbacks. Brock Purdy could maybe have an argument for C tier. That's about it.
Is Sam Darnold a faller for you? Do you see
Maybe
him dropping down to C tier eventually?
Bo Nix should be here. As much as I don't like Bo Nix, like we talked about how nice his fantasy schedule is rest of the season.
DeAndre Swift of quarterbacks.
I think Purdy slides into that, and that
Yep.
feels pretty good. Let's talk about tight ends real quick. McBride, Bowers, clear tight end 1 and 2 for me. McBride.
I don't know how I feel about Bowers being up there. I feel like Trey should just be in his own tier. I feel like Bowers is closer to Kittle and Warren than he is to McBride.
That might be fair. Remember beginning of season when we were taking some questions on McBride and someone was telling us like how they didn't feel like McBride was really separating at the position and like they felt like they wasted a pick and they wanted to move off of him. I remember we were like, dude, just hold McBride. Like he's gonna end up separating. Now you look at the stats, and McBride's averaging 18.5 PPR points per game. The next closest tight end is Brock Bowers, averaging 15 points at the position. McBride is averaging 3 PPR points per game more than the next best tight end. So maybe he is in a tier of his own. That's insane getting a tight end averaging 18 points for you. Talking through it, I need to move Bowers. Then you got Bowers, Kittle, Tyler Warren, Kelsey, and Gadsden. Warren or Kelsey was one I was struggling with. What's your take on that?
Let me look at the numbers, but Kelsey feels really good this year, especially considering where was he going on underdog? Like round 9.
Yeah,
I
he was
thought
going
that
real
was
late.
just disrespectful, honestly. I'm like, no way Kelsey finishes outside the top 12 tight ends, right? Like that was my thought process on it. Clearly he's got more left in the tank. How's he been doing lately? Wow, he's been smashing versus Warren. I will say this. Warren hasn't been smashing nearly as much as Kelsey these past few games.
Mm-hmm.
But these past few games are also the worst games we've seen from Daniel Jones all season. Coupled with the fact I'm looking at his play week 14 to week 17 schedule, Jags, Seattle, San Francisco Jags, like I don't hate most of those matchups. Like
2
Seattle, pretty
matchups against
rough.
the Jags is really nice.
Yeah. And as far as flea flicker's concerned, those are all like bottom 6 defenses for tight ends, right?
Yeah.
So I like Warren a little bit more than Kelsey, but like they deserve to be right next to each other, I think. Like I think that's a very good ranking. Kittle obviously probably gives you the highest. Does he give you the highest ceiling?
Yes.
Let me see.
Yes.
Does he? Like I love Kittle. As a Niners fan, I love Kittle. I love
I
me
think
some Kittle.
I
Oh
think
my
he's
god,
still
back
just
to
the
back
most
27
explosive
games.
tight end behind Brock Bowers.
Good playoff schedule too. But that week 14 bye week really sucks. Like you really only got what, like 8 games out of Kittle this season.
Yeah, it's tough. But the rankings are for rest of the season, not for
I
where we
know.
are now.
It's just gross to think about picking him like 3rd, 4th round and he's just doing this to you. Considering the receiving core for the Niners, I would say that I guess that's appropriate for Kittle, but like personal bias, I think I'd rather have Warren and Kelsey over Kittle right now. But I think this A tier is pretty stacked. If you're a competing team and you don't have one of these tight ends, you should probably trade for one. I don't know how else to put that. Like you might get by with a. I don't even think you're gonna get by with a Jake Ferguson. I think you might get by with a Goddard or a Otten if you play the matchup or a Jawan
Gadsden.
Dotson. But you really just need one of these S tier to A tier guys. Like if you're in the playoffs, like you better trade for one of these guys because I think tight end is really where you're seeing like that positional advantage. Like look at Travis Kelsey to what anyone in C tier is giving you on a week to week basis. We're not just looking at Dalton Schultz dropping you 20 on a random week, right? Which, by the way, he should have done this week. I don't know if you saw those 2 dropped passes or like 2 like slightly overthrown passes, Dalton Schultz in the end zone. But I mean, if you don't have a SA tier guy, you might be looking at a little bit of a positional disadvantage come playoff time. Should I pick up Darren Waller? I have Mason Taylor. And since Sam Laporta had back surgery out for the season, should I pick up Brock Wright on waivers? Gross question, guys. Oh, I feel like we skipped stuff. Okay, Tudor. How high would they draft? Would you draft Trey Vion Henderson or Trey McBride or Trey Vion Henderson?
McBride. I'd say late. He's probably going 1-2 turn next year, mid-second.
Mm-hmm. He's probably going like pick 16. Like literally where people were projecting Bowers out this year, I would say that you could just pencil in McBride there.
Yeah,
Me
ATL,
too.
fair concern. I feel all right about Ladd, even with the O-line concerns. I don't think it's going to be quite as bad as it was this weekend, where I think they're going to kind of be able to scheme around it a little more like we saw against the Steelers. We know the Steelers have a good pass rush, and their offense was able to move the ball against them. So I think it's just going to be maybe a little more boom bust with them. But I'm worried, but I still think we'll be able to get some decent fantasy performances. As far as Brock Wright goes, I think he's kind of just a guy. Like, I don't know if I really want to pick him up despite the injury. I think if any of these other tight ends I have listed are still available, I would probably prefer them. Maybe not like Chig, Jonnu, Evan Ingram, but anyone else on this list I would prefer probably.
Mason Taylor up.
Mando, I don't know, man. I don't know if Waller's coming back. Like that's been a pretty underreported situation. It's not something I know if I really want to be banking on. It's not like you're missing much with Mason Taylor, like if you were to get rid of him, but he might be a hold with Tyrod Taylor once again taking the QB job. It's just kind of a wait and see for me. I would just hang on to Mason Taylor.
Yeah, I think Mason Taylor is a firm hold. I mean, most of these tight ends are probably on your waivers. I feel like Hunter Henry got dropped a bunch. Brenton Strange got dropped a bunch because he was injured or he's just getting stashed on someone's IR. Theo Johnson, I feel like, is still under rostered. Zach Ertz, you could probably trade like Keenan Allen for Zach Ertz, and Zach Ertz will give you way more production in terms of position compared to what Keenan will give you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's honestly how I kind of look at tight ends, right? Like you can send out like that bummy like guy who fell out of your flex spot and like get yourself a decent tight end. Like are people really holding Theo Johnson and like not willing to move him? Are people really not willing to move Harold Fannin Jr. with Shadur playing this week? Like it's stuff like that. Like even Kyle Pitts is a name where like you could joke, you could he up next, bro. I want him bad, and you might get him off the team, right?
Mm.
Starting Jawan this week, I
Oh,
like it.
I do want to talk about Dalton Kincaid a little bit. I moved him up slightly. He's now at the top of C tier for me. And the reason I did that is even though he's hurt and hasn't been playing, seeing how bad this Bills offense looks without him, like he's gonna be, they're gonna be excited to get him back, and they're gonna get him the ball when they're back. I think they're realizing how much they miss Dalton Kincaid right now. So I think he's gonna do well once he is back in the lineup.
Who was it this season where we had that analysis? It was like someone wasn't played, and it made the entire team like worse. I forget who the player was, but we had similar analysis, and it came out to be true. Or was it someone playing so good
Was
that it
it the
made like
Ravens with
another player?
Lamar? I think it was the
It,
Ravens with
it
Lamar.
might have been. I forget.
I
There's
know
been
that
so
was
many
the
player
situation.
takes, dude. I get lost in the sauce.
All right. I think that wraps up the rankings. Appreciate y'all who tuned in for
Oh,
the rankings.
the question is Noah Fant
Yeah.
a tight end streamer this week?
Yeah, Fan can be a tight end stream. It'll be a fun game. And it's probably I feel better about playing him at tight end than I do about playing Yoshi Voss probably.
Mason Taylor or Noah Fant this week? Only
Noah
this
Fant.
week.
Noah
So
Fant.
there's a little streamer for you, Mando. Noah Fant, I think, is projected 10 points or something like that. Just came off a 6 target, 5 reception game, 40 yards or something like that. And compared to what other tight ends are giving you, that's about in line with what you're getting after the tight end 12. So
Mm-hmm. We're going to pivot to some underdog drafts for the week, but that's going to wrap up the rankings. Appreciate y'all that are in here and tuned in for that. Make sure to drop a sub, drop a like, and that'll wrap up the rankings.
should I pick up Bo Nix in Fab, trade $10?
We're going to rip some hurry ups. Of course, this is the contest that we won not last week, but the week before. Took down first place, won $2,000, $3 draft, 20 entry max. Gonna try to take it down once again.
Broncos have one of the easier quarterback
Yeah.
and receiver schedules rest of the season, right?
Mm-hmm. They have a very good quarterback schedule rest of the season, especially in the playoffs.
I don't like Bo Nix. I like his fantasy production, though. I say that. Sean Payton's coach speak and, is really supporting his quarterback. So that's always, let me hold a band, big bro. Yo, Ant, let Tudor hold a band, bruh.
Let's see if we take down one of these again this week.
No, you should just come back to Vegas, put the entire winnings on black.
Yeah, I'll put it all on the field and craps. One field roll.
As crazy as it sounds, guys, like Anthony sucks at roulette. I don't even know how to explain it. Like this guy just
Dude,
stinks at roulette.
this is not true.
Like, yeah, you lost all of like your $12 on roulette. I like tripled my money on roulette. I'm like a roulette goat.
After you left that night, I played roulette for like 2 hours on $20. It was
Dude, roulette's
awesome.
fun, dude.
It was fun.
In Reno, I turned $10 on roulette to 90, and that was electric. And that was how I was able to play craps with you guys the first night. Damn, Tudor, don't make me send you down the gambling rabbit hole. We do not endorse gambling.
All right, let's look at this week and look at some of these ADPs since this is our first draft we're doing on stream this week. I did do 2 of these earlier today to kind of see how I was feeling about these ADPs. We land on the 101. I think JT I'm still taking over Gibbs every time, to be honest.
You
I
like the
know on
Chiefs
paper
matchup?
it's tough against the Chiefs, and Gibbs gets the nutty draw against the Giants, but I don't know. What do you think? Am I crazy to just not want to be fading Gibbs?
I don't want to fade Gibbs. Gibbs on an offense with no Laporta, and he just had like a 40-point week like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Not something I really want to fade. Like, yeah, JT does that a lot, but I mean,
And Gibbs has shown he does have the ability to break the slate along with JT. He just did a couple weeks ago against Washington. Yeah, we'll take Gibbs. We'll
it's the
probably
best
get some.
defense that JT has played. JT got 165 on Denver, 76 on Rams. Jesus Christ, bro. Okay, he only got 45 against Pittsburgh. God, dude, looking
ATL.
at JT's game log is disgusting.
It's insane, dude. 27 points per game as of right now is wild. ATL, they do like different promos throughout the week. They used to do a better one on Friday than the one they do now.
Flex Fridays.
They used to do Flex Friday where you'd get your money back if it didn't hit, but now it's just like a profit boost, which is kind of annoying, considering like how good it was before that. But I don't know. Did you tell my slips today, bro? We got some positive EV on one of those. Shea's first half points, rebounds, assist opened at 20.5, and they bumped it to 21.5. Paired that with Kobe White, 4.0 assist, and now he got bumped to 4.5 assist. So we got nice EV on both of those picks. But back to NFL, talking about some ADPs. Travion Henderson, huge riser in ADPs on the week, but I think it's warranted. Great spot for him against Cincinnati. I paired him with McBride on the turn, and that felt like a pretty nice start. McBride Hendo for the week.
And I like Saquon over Hendo this week.
Really? Against Dallas, even with like the improvements they've now made with the run game?
It's personal, bro. It's that rivalry. Clearly, Black Badge guy agrees, but
We're gonna go Hendo, and I'm gonna go Hurts. I like
are you gonna try
playing.
to swing Smith
I like playing Philly through the air this week more than Saquon
and tush push?
because AJ Brown and Smitty are both hella cheap, and then if we miss on them, Goddard's also cheap.
I don't know why they're so cheap. Every year we see one of them boom. That's
Well, and
like
every week we've been pushing up all the guys facing off against the Cowboys, and then this week when a good offense that's been playing not to their capabilities is up against them, we're fading them. That just doesn't make sense.
I think people are just worried about how week 1 went for the Eagles patch catchers against Dallas.
That's fair.
Do you know how bad it was, or do I need to remind you? 1 reception, 1 target, 8 yards for AJ Brown,
Yeah, I
and for
remember it being
Devontae
bad.
Smith, it's 3 receptions, 3 targets, 16 yards. Let's look at Goddard.
Bounce back. Goddard had a good game. I remember.
7-7-44.
Yeah. No, I think this is a better spot this week.
I think so too. I think that people oftentimes look at historical, like in-season data, and they just are like, "Yeah, same shit's gonna happen." Clearly that didn't happen for Derrick Henry last week.
Divisional games are just weird too. Like the game script can really be
Rivalry games, bro. This is bigger than divisional.
Mhm. Are you AJ Brown or Smitty this week? Dallas plays a lot of man coverage. Smitty tends to be a little better versus man coverage, but AJ
I thought
Brown's
AJ
also
Brown would have been.
AJ Brown actually I think is a little better against man.
He's just huge. He's just a big boy.
Yeah. I'm thinking Travis Kelce, AJ Brown start here. What do you think?
Oh, you're gonna piss off probably the guy in front of you who goes Patrick Mahomes. What? What are we doing, guys? I want to see how far Mahomes falls then.
There goes Kelce now.
Yeah, he did the smart thing.
All right, we'll take AJ Brown. And then should we just get Goddard? Or should we get Smitty?
You can't get both of them.
Let's get Diggs. And then we'll
There we
get
go.
Goddard on the last pick, hopefully.
Because I feel like you're limiting your ceiling by getting 3 Eagles. Do you really think
We double down on New England. But that's fine against Cincinnati. I'm gonna hop into another one while we're waiting for this one to finish.
Are you
up.
considering getting any Ramondre shares?
Probably not. Nice.
Excuse me.
Not something I'm super interested in, to be honest. Oh, the other draft filled up right away. We draw the 103 in this one.
There goes Goddard.
That sucks.
Who else is there for the, what is it, 10 a.m., 1 p.m. slate?
Yep. We got Hunter Henry, but I already took 2 Patriots, so probably don't want to do that. Mark Andrews, Juwan Johnson,
JJ. Give me Juwan.
Jake Ferguson, Kyle Pitts, Theo Johnson. There's actually a lot of guys. Colson Loveland, Harold Fannin, AJ Barner. I think Juwan Johnson's interesting, and so is
Kyle.
yeah.
I have $10 on Underdog, but can't use it. Is it because it's from a bonus thingy?
Yeah. Yeah, what do you mean you can't use it?
Probably can't withdraw it.
Yeah.
But they're just straight up not letting you use it. That's weird.
Does Kyle Pitts having a lower ADP than Juwan Johnson change anything for you? I'd probably lean Juwan Johnson in a nutshell just because
He's the receiver 2 in that offense, or receiver 3 in that offense now. Actually, I feel like he's more of the receiver 2 in that offense.
Oh, the other draft started, and we're going to start off with Bijan.
Yuck.
See, Bijan dropped 30 points last week, but we're still disrespecting him for some reason.
It's because they're playing against the mighty Saints, bro.
Yuck.
At home in the Caesars Superdome.
You want to talk about yuck?
Devon Vele, guys, just remember, I put you all on Devon Vele this week. Just remember that when he drops 28 on your head top. Shit's not happening. He might drop like 12. He might drop like 12 to 16. But it's probably going to be like a 30-point week for... Honestly, do you think this is a fade Olave week? Falcons receiving defense. Damn, CD round 2 is crazy. The Eagles defense is so good.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, like, would you say the Eagles defense is better than their offense?
Yes, as of right now. I don't think I'm going to have much Brock Bowers this week.
You know what stat I saw during the Texans game? It was that the team that's best in points allowed and yards allowed has never missed playoffs. And they showed that they flashed that during like the first quarter, I think.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And that's the Texans, by the way. So
0.500
team, no longer. I think they could sneak in.
I'm really hoping we can get this. Wow. Dude. Look at this start we just got. This is
Beautiful.
insane. Ooh.
I don't like Chase Brown this week against the Patriots, though. That's just a tough matchup.
He's going to get a lot of receiving work, though. And it'll be high scoring.
Oh, wait, I think I figured it out. Need Eagles to absolutely clobber the Cowboys so I can win this week. LOL, my opponent has Dak, CD, and Pickens. I bet Anthony is secretly with you after last weekend. Go boys!
Let's go, boys. Most annoying fans I've ever been around, dude. Oh my god.
Most annoying fan.
Yeah. Yeah. Most annoying thing, bro. Right behind me at the game, I just had someone screaming that in my ear the whole game. It was an awesome experience. Awesome.
Exhilarating even.
Yeah. Do we go Mahomes? Do we go James? No, I'm gonna do this. Let's get JMO. And we'll bring it back with Goff.
I like it.
And then at tight end, if we can get Goddard, that would feel pretty nice, but I don't think we're gonna get it.
Is Fannin going undrafted?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that if you get a really bad draft start, I think mixing in some Fannin might be good. Just buy the upside case for Shador, throwing for 250 and all of like 100 yards. Just go to Fannin. Because I mean, people like to say that rookie quarterbacks like to lean on their tight ends, right? So, oh my God, JJ round, what is that? 6, 5?
Yeah, around 5.
Wow, we live in a society, guys. Who are you looking at, tight end?
I'm just weighing the board and saying
I think you could maybe let Goff slip, but that's risky.
Yeah, I think the tight end will for sure come back to me because these guys all took tight ends. This is a pretty nice team. I feel good about it. Bijan, CD, Hendo, JMO, Goff. And we'll finish it off with Dallas Goedert.
Some sicko just takes double tight end. I'd actually.
If that happened, I'd go just pivot to Juwan. I'm gonna hop in another one while this one's finishing up. Keep ripping these.
Where's Jake Ferguson going? Is he also going undrafted?
He's like tight end 7. Javonte also going 6th round. Eagles do have a great defense, so like we have been referencing.
I just like to see who people are fading. AJ Brown above Devonta Smith.
Josh Jacobs also going 6th round.
It's a great buy. Well, not really against the Vikings, even if he's healthy. I don't love it.
Yeah. I'll probably take some of him, but not a whole bunch. Just because
Who'd you end up picking there?
We took Goddard. Okay. And then we hopped into another one. We get the 102. Hopefully in this one we can get Jonathan Taylor. so we can get our first share of him. If not, we will pivot to Gibbs.
Tutor, you gotta time it up so you can get into Anthony's draft, bro.
Yeah, I'll tell you when I'm firing up the next one. My bad.
But it's pretty easy, Tutor, depending on the draft. Me and Anthony have gotten into a few.
Yeah. Just don't snipe me.
You're gonna have to silently draft.
Yeah, I'll wait till after my picks to talk about them. We get JT in this one. Nice way to start.
I think the one draft I did with Anthony was one of the flock community drafts, and like only the top player advances. And I think me and Ant are either Ant's winning one of them or I'm winning one of them. I forget, but only one of us can advance, so it's kind of personal. How are your underdog drafts doing so far, Ant? Just in general.
I'm advancing at a. Let me count. I'm advancing like pretty much exactly expectation right now. I'm advancing 10 of my 59 teams. So that's like 1 of every 6, 2 of every 12. It's like right on the averages what I should be at. Drake May goes 103 in this one. Whoa.
I'm underperforming, but my 2 single entry drafts where it was like 1 entry max are doing okay.
Nice. Yeah, I'm actually like my pre-NFL draft best ball teams are the teams that are doing the best, which is wild because I had 50% Cam Scatabo in those.
Yeah. Oh my God, my one team that's advancing for the
Wow.
little board has Cam Scatabo in it.
Hendo is just falling to us every time.
Also has JT and Bijan Doe.
I'm gonna scoop him up. I don't want to keep taking him in every one, but I didn't pair him with JT in the last one, so we'll do that this time, and we'll get Hurts. Hurts, JT, Hendo. Nice little start right there.
So are we? I feel like most people have already dropped Keon Coleman.
Yeah.
But are we buying into the Bills struggling these past 2 games? Very close games, like field goal games, realistically. Like if Matt Prater doesn't miss that PAT beginning of the game, like the Bills probably don't go for it on 4th and 1 in the red zone. They kick the field goal, kick another field goal, tie it up, go to OT, right? Like hypothetically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think they lean on Keon Coleman next week? Do we think it's more of a Kincaid is the solution, the answer to this offensive struggle? Like what do we make of that?
I think it's Kincaid. I think Keon will be back, but I don't know how fantasy viable it's going to be. And I think it's just going to be a heavy dose of James Cook, maybe still keeping him involved in the receiving game, maybe some more Ty Johnson mixed in.
Who do they play?
Kind of what I would be anticipating.
Bills play the Steelers next week. Another AFC game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to look up my Titans practice news.
Oh, we don't get JMO there. We're gonna go Smitty for sure since we went AJ Brown, and we're also gonna buy the dip on JJ. Although I don't love the spot against the Packers. I don't know if I do this, Fiery. I know you're desperate for wins, but that's just really going to hurt, even if you do win this week for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he has to win out to make playoffs, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Elik Manor ruled out.
I did see that, yeah. We see Michael Wilson go. All right, I have Dallas Goedert in my queue for the last pick. Jawan Johnson queued up as the backup. We're gonna hop in. Let's do one more hurry up, and then let's fire off one of our double reverses, and then we'll get out of here. Fiery, I'm entering right now. If you want to hop in, bro.
Receiver Van Jefferson will be the extra
hurry
game
up.
day captain. I'm probably the only one looking at this.
Two more
practice
people
report.
left. This is the hurry up contest.
Guys, I just want to see Xavier Restrepo play this weekend.
All right, and we're gonna finish that last one off with Dallas Goedert.
What? Your cousin's tripping, Tutor. Honestly, Achan and Rome for Henry Ibuka is not that bad. Honestly, I'd lean on the Achan Rome side. Oh, you're drafting against Tudor. Uh-oh. Let me guess who Tudor is.
Which spot are you?
He's definitely the 106. He's definitely the badgeless one.
Let's see what you cook over there, Tutor.
Which is good. That means you can talk through your 103 pick a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Well, that means you can talk through most of your picks because he picks on the turn.
Yeah, I don't mind helping you out, Tutor. No colluding over here.
Yeah, I'll help you out, Tutor.
Here, I'll show the board. I'll show
Jalen Coker 106 is the correct play. And then 201, you want to go Xavier Restrepo. He do.
Too bad Jalen Coker isn't on the slate. Otherwise,
no.
It'd be a sneaky pick.
I'm scared. Nah, Tutor, you gotta make your own decisions, dog. I do a lot of these, but I can't while I'm in Nevada.
Josh can give him advice.
Yeah, I mean, Trey McBride's kind of staring you in the eye at 106, to be honest. I mean,
yeah, I wouldn't pass on McBride if he's there. I'm
that's
taking
the
him every
safe
time at the
pick.
turn.
And you probably want to look for a running back if an elite one falls to you. Like, I don't know if I take Derrick Henry there, but I could see Derrick Henry dropping 20 this week with a tud. But I mean, you see, even in the ADP, you can tell that Derrick Henry's been slipping.
Travion has a good spot. You could get weird and take one of the quarterbacks if you think they have a good chance to separate.
Get freaky and say, oh, yep. I mean, dude, Amon-Ra's staring you down.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd probably go Amon-Ra, one of the running backs, if you have a lean on any of them. Derrick Henry's the highest projected.
That's just because the soft matchup against the Jets. You got Travion, who might mix carries with Ramondre, but maybe has the lightest matchup of all three. Saquon has the rivalry game, might get some receiving usage. They're all good picks. It's just who you like more. But in these contests, you definitely need an anchor running back who's going to give you high upside. There we go. He's buying into the Saquon rivalry game.
Nice.
I don't know the matchups. It literally shows you, Tutor. We've been going over the matchups all stream.
I don't want to keep taking Travion in every single one of these, but if he just keeps falling to me, I'm going to keep taking him. If that's going to be my stance of the week, it's fine. He said, damn, it's really a hurry up LOL kid thing. Yeah, you got to be quick, dude. It's not as easy as it looks doing them on stream.
Who are you thinking about here,
Ant? Mojo.
Guys, this is what I mean, bro. I can't believe you guys thought you need to call PETA on Mojo, bro. Mojo's living his life. He's living a great life with me.
I like one of these top 3 QBs, honestly, just because I feel like they all could be the one that separates. Like, I weirdly am feeling like one of those random Lamar games where he like throws for 4 touchdowns and like 2 of them are to like Rashad Bateman, so it doesn't really matter for like anyone else besides Lamar. He throws like 1 to Justice Hill, 1 to Rashad Bateman, like something weird like that, you know? And I just feel like we haven't seen like that real like blow up game that we know Lamar's capable of. Like the week we just saw with Josh Allen, like I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a performance like that out of Lamar in this really soft matchup against the Jets.
Ooh. Tons of options for Tudor here. Pickens, obviously highest ADP. We like what we saw
Pickens is a
last
nice
week.
bring back on the Saquon thing too.
Ooh, Mahomes, little separation at QB. Are you gonna go with Pickens? You gonna take Tyler Warren? Ooh, okay. I like it. You're betting the game script right now. You got Pickens on the boys. You got Saquon on the Eagles. You got a good team so far, bro. TBH, NGL.
K-Nun asked, do they start Hunt over Monty this week?
Yeah. I think.
I'd probably fire up Monty, to be honest, against the Giants.
How's his usage been looking lately? I haven't looked into it. Who are you thinking here?
Sorry, Tudor.
No!
Hate to do it to you, bro.
He wasn't. I mean, he might have come back to him, but this guy with JT was probably going to take Kelsey.
Yeah. All right, now I can take a dart at both running back and wide receiver.
Damn, dude, if Tudor got Kelsey, his team would be gross. His team would be fucking nasty. Oh my god, that would be a monster. Who are we thinking here? Let's see the board. Let me see the board. Let me give columns. And then who does Tudor have? He's already got his 2 receivers. You're gonna want to go. I think you're gonna want to go running back.
Yeah, you should probably go a running back and then your tight end.
I mean, Quinshawn, I know we like the front 7 for the Raiders, but rookie QB, I could see him going off. Out of the tight ends, they're all kind of gross. Oh, okay. Going against the grain. Who are we thinking at tight end that's left? He's got 20 seconds. Stop scrolling for your running back. Help Tudor. Jawan is honestly my favorite out of them all. You know how I feel about the Saints, though, Tudor. Don't let me misguide you.
I think I go Jaylen Warren. He's buried. He's like very low in ADP, running back 18. Just got cleared. Doesn't even have the questionable tag. Soft matchup against Chicago.
I tried to help you, Tudor. I tried to guide you towards Jawan, bro.
Oh my god, we get sniped on him. Wow. That's all right. We'll take Kenneth Walker there.
Damn, no Josh Jacobs. Second to last pick.
Fuck, I wish I didn't take Walker with JSN. That's okay.
Honestly, Tudor, you got a pretty good team aside from like tight end being a little freaky, but I mean, all the tight ends are kind of gross after the top 3.
All right, we're gonna hop in our double reverse, and then we're gonna get out of here.
Tudor, you can also do there's like slow drafts. Like Anthony loves the slow drafts preseason. It's like 8 hours a pick.
I load up a hella of those over the off season and just let them play out. See what happens.
So you can kind of just take your time with every pick. Just make sure you wake up at 8 a.m.
Do they not have the double reverse? Where's it at?
Probably already filled. It's like everyone's favorite because it's only a 2-entry max. It's my favorite.
It might have filled. Oh no, there it is. I just went past it. Tudor, these ones are fun. Only $2. You can only get 2 max.
Yeah, Tudor. All my favorite drafts are the ones with like 1 to like 10 entries max, and like less than $20 per entry. It's because you're not exposing yourself to the whales, you know? Like, I don't love the best ball mania draft because it's $25 a draft, up to 150 drafts per person. And I know I'm at max going to enter it like 5 times, and that's $120. Meanwhile, the whales that are throwing like thousands of bucks on this stuff, like it's like thinking about it like a raffle. Like statistically, you're just at a worse
Chance.
advantage. Yeah, chance. I can't think of words, right?
Yeah.
Like
That's why I like doing the hurry up every week because it's $60 to max it, which is like super doable in the world of these best ball tournaments.
and then the upside, you get like what?
Two bands if you
20x,
take it down.
like a 35x payout, basically. Like
So let's say I max the hurry up every week this year. What's 60 times 18?
a lot. It's like
$1,000 to max the contest every week total for the hurry up. And
and if
so
you take it home once,
I already made my profit on the year taking home this once. And then if you just have some other good finishes too, you can make even more. Which I have finished top 50 in this contest 3 times now.
drafts I don't like. I don't like weekly winners, honestly. I didn't like weekly winners too much last year when I
I
did it.
didn't either. Yeah.
It's just like the same teams realistically should be winning it every week. There's not as much week to week variation as you think.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's probably like the same 100 teams in the top 1,000, you know? I think I had one week where I won like $10 though. that was pretty nice, but
Oh yeah. Waiting for this last spot in the hurry up to fill, taking years.
Tudor run it back.
Yeah, come on.
Honestly though, Tudor, that team's not bad. You might win. I
That'd
could
be
see a
sick.
lot of
One entry, take it home.
all those players have good upside, dude. I could see George Pickens being the receiver one, another like 25-point week. Who was his running back? I thought he should have taken Quinshawn, but he wanted ETN. No Bayshall Tootin, maybe. ETN just smashes, is like give me my job back type. I could run him narrative.
I think it's a little hedge on his bet because isn't he playing Tuin in his league?
It might be why too.
It is a good spot for ETN against Arizona. Sneaky, fun game environment. All right, come on. What are we doing? What are we doing, fellas? Let's get this filled so we can get on out of here. Want to draft one more team. One more team.
I know everyone's just really interested in the Titans and Cam Ward and Xavier Restrepo, but bro, I joined one, but I backed out. How do I go back to it? Go to like your app, and then actually Ant can probably tell you better. Go to your well, Ant just left. Go to your app, go to bottom left originals, and then it should be in your active drafts. And it should be under the active tab. There you go. What should I yap about? Should I just keep on yapping about Xavier Restrepo maybe playing this weekend? I want to see it, guys. It makes no sense that they signed Xavier Restrepo as an undrafted free agent. The best, I think he is statistically one of Florida's best receivers, I think, or had one of the best receiving seasons. Goes undrafted, gets picked up by his quarterback's team, his quarterback who went 101 and just doesn't play. Like, I just don't get it. It doesn't make very much sense to me. It's like trot him out, dude. You're like 2-9. You're like 2-8 or whatever the hell the Titans record is, right?
Give the kid a shot.
Yeah, like give the 5'10" guy a shot, bro. Like I think he's like 5'10", 200 something pounds, bro. Like let the boy play. Let's see if it's there. Let's see if he's capable. I might preemptively pick up Xavier Restrepo this week. in Dynasty. I'm really thinking about it. I just don't know who I would drop, who I'm just okay with saying goodbye to.
Did you join the double reverse Safari? Are you in the right one?
He's probably just in a different draft. He's probably just in some random draft. But remember what, honestly, Tutor, same thing applies though. You really want to go running back early. You need an anchor running back who might just break the slate. You need like a early receiver. Like I would go running back receiver off rip. Probably get a QB. You got to hurry up again. Get a QB like round 3. Like get a
Has it filled?
Mahomes.
Because maybe I'll hop in the hurry up if that feels faster.
Tight end you can kind of let slip, but I would definitely get your quarterback 1 or tight end in round 3. Those are probably where most of the separators are.
Oh, I think his filled already. Because this one already only has 2 spots filled.
Yeah, he said his filled.
Dude, why is this double reverse taking so long to fill?
Because, bro.
People already did theirs for the week.
Don't make me get a VPN just so I can play Underdog from Nevada, bro. I don't even think that would work.
No, Underdog's good about detecting it, too.
Yeah. What the hell am I looking at? Who did Zach beat 101-0 using the Dolphins in Madden 6 years ago?
Yeah, I just saw another report about the Bucky mental health situation. Tampa Bay Times reporting that Buccaneers star running back Bucky Irving struggled emotionally with being hurt and not on the field with his team for the first time in his career after suffering the foot and shoulder injuries that have forced him to miss 6 games. Head coach Todd Bowles addressed the situation and said Irving didn't handle his injuries well, but is in a better place mentally and should be cleared to play by week 13.
Yeah, Bucky, why don't you clear up your sad feelings by just fucking running for 200 yards and 3 tuds, huh? Make you feel a little less bad about missing that time, huh?
Oh, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
That's some shit that would happen, bro. Yeah, I've just been really depressed about not playing. Just 200 yards, 3 tuds.
Yeah, first game against Arizona.
Good spot.
Dude, he has such a nice schedule. It's Arizona, New Orleans, Atlanta, Carolina, Miami, rest of the season. It's pretty good.
What's this one you're in right now?
It's a double reverse.
2 entry max, $2 each entry. $4 to max it out. Get the same odds as everyone else in the slate. But you have the edge, Tutor, because you listen to us. Dang.
Let's go. It filled.
That might just be Tutor, bro.
No, it isn't.
No.
All right, we get the 104. This is our first time picking from this slot. We'll probably be looking at Bijan, Amon-Ra, McBride. What do you think?
Get a little early McBride, honestly.
That's what I was just gonna say. I don't.
And Tutor, yeah, it's $2 each entry. You can do 2 entries max. So Anthony's already maxed it out with $4. So I mean, it's just like
I haven't maxed it yet. This is only my first one.
Really? I thought it was your second.
No, I did hurry ups before.
Like my favorite drafts are, I think there was like the mini golden and then the Greyhound. Those are both 1 entry max.
What's up, Justin? He asked, should I give up Jefferson and Henry to get Chase and Monungai? Give us a little more information on your team and who you're starting. Because first initial reaction is to, yes, go and get Chase. But I need to know that you have enough depth to afford that move.
I'm just looking at this and it makes me sad.
Crazy. We're to this point.
Crazy. That's how big the gap between Chase and Jefferson is. That you have to add a
Derrick
top
Henry.
15 running back, right? Like a low end RB1 to mid end RB2.
Mhm.
And you only get Kyle Guy back, who's like interesting name, but are you really starting him week to week? Not really.
Mm-hmm.
Does
Yeah.
he take DeAndre Swift's job? Maybe. Probably not this year though.
Yeah. Let us know format, starters, etc. Curious. My gut reaction though is to go and get the best player in the deal. But like I said, if you need depth, if you're lacking depth, if this means making this trade that you're going to be starting Khalil Shakir every week, then I probably wouldn't do it.
I mean, bro, Khalil Shakir got it, bro. That clip, the oos, oos, oos. Like, oh my, I literally heard it, bro. I literally heard the ooses when he juked out both those players, bro.
This guy. All right, so we're guaranteed to get Derrick Henry, Travion, or Saquon here. I'm hoping it's not Travion, just so we can mix things up a little
I
bit.
hope he gets some Saquon, bro.
All right, so he says 8-3, locked in the playoffs, 12-man PPR, 2 wide receiver, 2 running backs, 1 flex, so 5 starters. So he's got Bijan, Henry, Hendo, Harvey, wide receivers Jefferson, DK, QJ,
I get it.
Mike Wilson, Kelsey Gadd.
How many receivers do you have to start every week? 2 receivers, 1 flex, 2 RBs, PPR.
Let's get Saquon here. So your locked and loaded starters right now are what? Bijan, Derrick Henry / Hendo, wide receiver Jefferson.
He probably flexes Hendo right now.
Yeah, you got Marv and Michael Wilson. Nice. Yeah, I kind of like going and getting Jamar Chase with this team.
Was his flex would be QJ or DK every week?
Or RJ Harvey.
Yeah, still have to see it from
Or
him.
Kelsey or Gatson, too. He's got a bunch of options. I think you have enough depth to where I'm fine making this deal. The move to Henry from Henry to Hendo in your starting lineup is pretty lateral. Jefferson to Chase is obviously an upgrade. And none guy's a fine, just another body to have at running back. And I think you have enough guys that you can figure out a flex each week and feel fine. No, you can do 20 of them. It's just you can only do 2 of the one that we're in right now, the whatever this one's called. I forget what this contest is called. The double reverse. Yes. Yeah, I prefer Kamara to Monangai, so I would do that.
I think Kamara might be sneaky riser.
Yeah, he has a nice playoff schedule too. There goes Olave and Diggs.
Yeah, you can only do 20 hurry ups, tutor. And it's per week. You can do 20 per contest. So this is like the week 12 hurry up. Let's do another one. I'm addicted. Do a double reverse with Ant. That way you can max out a cheap draft.
Yeah, I'll do another double reverse if you want to hop in it now, tutor. I'll hop in it right now while this one's finishing, so we don't have to wait the whole time. Double reverse. Oh, it just filled. Hopefully you're in that with me. No, he didn't get in it. Oh, I'm sorry. I entered it and it was already filled.
You know what? We got one. We got one with a viewer. Bang. To win. And we got him a decent team in that draft too.
Yeah. My bad, dog.
Coached him up.
We pulled the 105 in that one too. Who we thinking here? So we need one more running back, one more wide receiver. I don't hate going Javante here. This is a pretty cheap price to pay. Not a great matchup, but do we like any of these? I mean, is Jacobs a better pick? Is Kenneth Walker a better pick? Is Jalen Warren a good scroll? I kind of like the Jalen Warren scroll.
I like the Jalen Warren scroll too.
Maybe let's get let's go Jalen Warren. And then let's figure out what we want to do for our second wide receiver. Should we take
Michael Wilson?
I was thinking who's like a Baltimore wide receiver that could score a touchdown. And no one have. Rashad Bateman, DeAndre Hopkins, Roma Dunze. We talk about this spot for him being a nice matchup against the Steelers.
I like him being buried.
We could do Zay Flowers and stack him with Lamar.
Have you done that yet?
Justin, I would rather have Manungai than JCM.
Yeah,
we'll get Zay. We'll get Zay. Maybe this is the Zay Flowers week. And then our other one. Oh, we're on the clock. Let's go McBride.
McBride, then Amugus. Is JCM still going to be good rest of the season? I don't think so. I think he borderline. I think he borderline already lost his job to Chris Rodriguez this year. Chris Rodriguez is just simply more efficient.
Agreed. I prefer Manungai to JCM. Imagine we get a Mon right here. Come on.
Zay told me earlier he's going to get 2 tuds this week. Damn, you got insiders like that?
Jeez, I like it. I like the call. No, I was hoping we get him on. We'll take another. Actually, I'm kind of wanting to flip the board here and do something unique. Let's go. Let's go George Pickens. And let's take a swing that Pickens is ADP 17. It's a little bit of a game theory pick. He's just usually going here. I guess maybe that's a bad pick because that might have been too big of a scroll. He might still be getting paired with McBride. Maybe I don't love it in hindsight, but Pickens has the upside to be the wide receiver 1 on the week. Most times he's not getting back to you here. Normally, Travion Henderson would have been the pick, but we've been taking a bunch of him.
Too much.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna get off after this stream. We've been on after this draft.
2 hours,
we've been on almost 2 hours. Been a long one. Appreciate y'all that have been hanging out with us, talking some football.
Talking some ball. His ball is life.
Let's get our first Drake May share. It's just going to be a weird start that I don't think anyone else will have. And then we're going to get Diggs at the next pick. If he comes back. Which I think he will because that guy just took off. Honestly, the more I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I love the Diggs pick. I don't know if I love this spot for him.
Against 2. I already forgot their matchup.
The Bengals, but I'm just thinking he's probably going to be the one drawing DJ Turner for most of this, right?
Mm.
And taking Drake May unstacked might be a good little edge where most people are going to have him stacked with Diggs. Versus if we have Drake May, who's the highest scoring QB on the week, but we have Pickens and AJ Brown, who are the scorers you need from Philly, Dallas. That could be a little unique combo there. Yeah, I'd go Gibbs. Dude, Mojo's snoring.
I know, right? It's a good timing. We're about to end stream. I know he's just being a good pup, dreaming good pup dreams.
Yeah, show him to the stream.
I don't want to wake him, bro. It's okay. Mojo will go back to sleep. I'll go get him.
No, you don't have to.
I'm gonna lose my Clash Royale game. Oh my god, he's snoozing though, bro.
All right, so now we need 2 running backs to finish this team off. I think we take Jacobs and Walker. Maybe Jacobs, Warren. Just get 2 guys that are really buried in ADP.
Oh, what's good, Frizzle?
Yo, you made it. Better late than Nexy. Better late than never. I don't know why I said Nexy. I got stuck between sexy and never.
Better late than never, sexy.
We're about to get out of here, Frizzle, as soon as you hop in. This is our last draft. Watch it back, though. We went over rankings earlier.
Come here. The people want to see you. They want to see who's been causing so much noise.
I know. It's our bad, dog.
This is Mojo. He's the good pup. He's kind of over me, so he'll just want to cuddle.
This is a fun little team we got here, Yosh.
Let me see. Let me peep.
Oh, Frizzle. Or not Frizzle.
Yeah. Frizzle. Frizzle. Mojo's a good pup, bro. He just sleeps all day. This is a freaky team, bro. You took Josh Jacobs this early this draft, but you wouldn't take him last week all those other drafts.
What do you mean? I was getting sniped on him.
You had a chance, like when you took K9, when you had JSN.
Well, I'm mixing it up, brother.
The odds of K9 and Jacobs. Actually, I could see K9 smashing TBH and Geo. Watson or Booty.
Give me Watt.
I was about to say Watt too. Especially with how bad like the Vikings have been.
Mojo.
I know. He makes so much like weird noise. Mojo, you're not he has a hairball.
Oh. Oh no.
I have to burp him sometimes. It's okay. But Mojo's in good hands, guys. Don't worry.
All right, we're about to get out of here. Appreciate y'all that checked in today. Make sure to drop a like on the video. I think there's a new button on YouTube. It's like the hype button. I don't really know how it works, but if it gives you the option, hit the hype button. Apparently, it helps the channel grow. So make sure to do that. I appreciate y'all. Join the Discord. I think everyone that's in here right now is already in the Discord, but appreciate y'all for checking in. We'll see you guys in the next one. Don't know if we'll stream tomorrow, but we'll for sure have something Sunday morning at least.
Sunday morning before the main slate.
Yeah.
I am not clicking that. No!
Come on. We need that hype button.
Come on, right, Tudor. We brought your team from like 1-8 to like 2-8. No, you're like 3-8 now. I saw the win.
Hell yeah. All right, y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Deuces.